Oh, I've been watching this show called Decoded on the History Channel.
Dave shaking his head in disgust.
Brad Meltzer's Decoded.
Did you watch that fucking thing?
Which one did you watch?
I watched most of the unlocked episodes on my Roku. I've been watching it because I got my $50 Roku player.
What does unlocked mean?
Oh, it's just the ones available on the Roku channel.
I thought that was like a series or something.
So
I mean, what was the premise of the ones you watched?
Well,
I watched a bunch of them.
I watched the White House one.
Yeah.
I watched the I'm trying to think what is one of the more like ridiculous
so what's the Decoded
ones.
White House? What does that mean? Like
They rebuilt the whole fucking White House or something like that?
Yeah.
Burned down,
Or was
right?
that the Capitol building I'm thinking? I think I might be thinking of the Capitol building.
The White House they rebuilt like
Was
they
that the
basically,
Cornerstone one?
Well, that's the same one. The thing with the Decoded show, well, there's a few things about. Let me talk about the show in general.
Okay.
What's his name? Brad Meltzler or whatever.
Meltzer, yes, it is he's an author.
The author.
Yeah.
I think he wrote like Book of Lies and a couple of these like conspiracy films. I think they're novels though.
Yeah.
And so a famous author. So he's like, oh, I've been collecting weird cryptic stories my whole life, and now History Channel has empowered me to assemble the team that I wanted, and so now I can really explore these things. He keeps talking about his team, my expert team, my team, to investigate like.
And that's all he's on the show, by the way. It's like the intro
Just the
and
intros
the
and some
they never see each other.
interludes,
Yeah.
just in between right before commercial or just to interject. Oh, and then this happened, right?
Like he's Charlie's Angels or something like that.
So
they're the Angels.
His crack team.
Smokes crack.
His crack team is a mechanical engineer, which is awesome. My oldest brother, my dad's mechanical engineer, electrical engineer. A ex-Army Reserve guy. Okay, awesome, Army.
And
My
an
dad's ex-Army
ex-prostitute.
reserve.
And Ken,
Ex-prostitute.
and then just like a likable Italian type of roly-poly
Dave?
guy,
And there's a woman in there too.
But she's the engineer.
Oh, she's the engineer?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
This is my problem with
Oh, you
that.
didn't think she could be an engineer because she's a woman, Dave?
Sexist. What's wrong with being sexy? Anyway, this is my
Thank
problem.
you. Nothing's wrong with that.
Don't
I've been telling
get don't get a detective and a historian.
Yeah, there's no historian.
Get an engineer, a likable guy who can talk to people, and then an Army Reserve dude. It's not that I have
Army
like
Reserve
the
dude?
Army Reserve guy was. He's the most, I guess, host-like. He's interesting, but I'm just saying, as your crack team, I don't really get that. Like, why you wouldn't pick like maybe an detective or even a cop,
Like a private investigator.
or private PI,
Yeah.
a
Ex-FBI.
historian again.
Yeah, a historian would be huge. Somebody that knows the history of what's going on might be useful.
So his like, and the thing is, they're all fine. They, I mean, the thing is scripted all the fuck. So they're,
Oh, God, so
you
bad.
can tell. I mean, they're just none of them are actors, and they're like, let's go to this house now. Huh? Who knew that? So they're investigating these different things. One was like trying to find Confederate gold, and they, oh God, what was the other one? Was John Wilkes Booth? Did he really get Lincoln's the guy who assassinated Lincoln? Did he really die, or did he?
They took somebody else's body or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
they found evidence that he may have lived afterwards. And a lot of times in the show Decoded, they'll take this mishmash of mysteries that don't really connect or add up.
The Loch Ness
And
and
they'll-
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, it'll just be like, oh, and then this guy shaved his mustache, and you're like,
what they're
oh.
saying about Abraham Lincoln was John Wilkes Booth was a really famous actor at the time. So when they found this guy dead in this barn, they were like, "That's not John Wilkes Booth."
Right,
Everybody
and
knows that.
his hair was like, oh, right, he was like, he had auburn hair and freckles,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, he didn't have freckles all over his body. I know, because he's a famous actor.
Yeah.
We discovered that John Wilkes Booth was actually Lincoln's lover.
Yeah, so it's I enjoyed the shows. Like, I'm not doing it justice in the sense where I'm not describing well enough some of the plot lines, but like one was on the Statue of Liberty, and so you got this guy, from talking about how it's Illuminati and Illuminati symbol, and then you have this other guy saying it's satanic, and then they're always like, wow, do you think it was a sign of Satan? And they're like, no, they had one on Mount Rushmore, and the question was, did Rushmore have a hidden message or a hidden agenda? And I guess it was carved by someone who was involved with the KKK. So which back then, I mean, was probably a lot of fucking people. And they basically were saying, oh, well, it's a racist symbol. But you got Lincoln's head on there, and you're like, how can that be a beacon of, like, racism with Lincoln's fucking head on it? You know what I mean? Some of this stuff I'm like,
Sounds a lot like fact or fiction, but historical version of it.
Right. So it's they're enjoyable, but it's sort of these like really
disappointing.
Yeah,
right. There's never any resolution.
Can't keep
there's no real solid evidence. It's just
it's a mishmash of interesting, mysterious factoids.
Yeah.
That adds up to basically them going, two of us think it's this, two of us think it's that.
It's almost like Mythbusters when they go, it's plausible.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be.
Like it shouldn't be called Decoded. It should just be called things.
Less
items. Laundry list.
God,
Laundry
maybe.
list of mysterious factoids about a common subject.
Yes.
We should start a show called like maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe.
It could happen.
Who
we always have
knows?
one guy, Dave. You could say it could happen every show.
You never
could
know.
happen.
It could happen.
If you think about it.
Yeah, but
if you use mind magic.
Yeah, it was really pretty hilarious. Anyway, so Decoded, check it out. They're actually enjoyable. You will learn very little, but it's a good team.
It sounds very contradicting. Like you're like, this show is sort of, And you're like, check it out.
But it's weird. It's like, I agree 100% with that, because you watch it and you're kind of waiting for like this blockbuster, like, oh my god, they really found out this amazing thing,
right?
And then it's just like,
okay.
Lincoln invented the dildo.
They set up this Leonardo da Vinci code. We have newly found. It sounded like they're going to talk about Leonardo da Vinci Kodaks or something, and they talked about like, oh, he invented the tank, he invented the plane, he invented the submarine, and it's like he none of his shit worked. They
never made it. It was just designed. Yeah.
And they were not good designs. And basically, I've seen from a more historical documentary, he was reinterpreting one of his peers' stuff. Okay. So a lot of this shit was like improved ideas from another guy. And yeah, none of them were built out. Yeah. So this Brad Mitzler guy, whatever his name, he's like, he invented the tank. It's like, he didn't invent the fucking tank, dude. And so they're like, he saw the future. And they're like, so the mysterious, like, a document they found was like a picture this big, an original Da Vinci sketch that I think was
a doodle
carved out of another missing page.
Yeah. It was a nude self-portrait.
Yeah.
He drew himself a big dong.
It's
amazing.
What
does it mean?
It's probably like
I like how you get the deeper angle of it.
Yeah.
Get it?
That sketch is like, that's still probably worth like $40 million or something crazy like that.
Yeah, totally.
But I'm just like, there should have been like a wah wah sound effect after we're like, here it is, a mysterious drawing of himself, side profile with a beard.
It was a picture of like Mona Lisa with a dick going in her mouth. This is amazing.
A really bad like childish high school drawing with like a spaceship like shooting little things, and then like a dong in her ear.
Hangman. We discovered that Leonardo da Vinci was playing Hangman in church.
Yeah. So anyway, check out Decoded.
That's almost like as bad as that Finding Bigfoot show.
I haven't
Right.
watched it, but I keep seeing clips when
That
I
seems
watch
bad.
The Soup.
But you watch
So
it, you think they're
fucking
actually going to find
ridiculous.
some evidence of Bigfoot.
But you
Like,
know they're
oh,
not because he's
I
not
know,
real.
I know, but you still watch it anyway.
Yeah. Well, there was this other show called Weird or What, and it would bother me so much. It was the guy. It was the voice of Jigsaw, that from the Hostel, not Hostel, Saw movies, and so they'd show like
Bell?
a fucking
Tobin Bell.
yeah, I think whatever that guy's name is. So they'd show like a fucking whatever it was. They'd show a guy who had a near-death experience, and they'd be like, "Is that weird or what?" And you're just like, "What the
That's
fuck
the
does
sound.
that mean? Weird or what? Is that weird or what?"
Why are you only giving me two choices?
What? Yeah, and what
Why
is
can't I
the
be like,
what?
yeah.
Not weird?
Everything else but weird. So no, it's not weird.
Is that weird or what? And it would happen like every 5 minutes. You know?
Kind of like a Believe It or Not.
Yeah, yeah.
Wrigley's, you know, right?
Yeah, like a guy fell out of 6th-floor building
Well,
and
I mean,
didn't
at least
die.
Believe it or not is like either you
That's
believe it or
same.
you
Believe
don't.
it or not, is that weird or what?
But what is the what? Why?
What is the what?
Well, that's what they're getting at. They don't know.
What?
Is it what?
I'm just saying.
Is it what? What is
If it was a guy, if it was like John Travolta, and he's like, "Is that weird or what?" Like, at least it'd be like funny.
John Travolta showed up today. That was excellent.
Oh
Christopher
man,
Walken, he could do probably a good version of that too.
is that weird?
Is that what? What a weird.
What's weird?
What a weird. I don't know.
I
Anyway,
don't know, but we'll go to my friend John Travolta. What do you think?
Can we do Batman?
They
Is
should
Batman
be
here
hosting that
too?
Decoded show.
Maybe
Walken
Batman's
and
here.
Travolta.
I heard Batman has a show too. He could be
Batman
Batman
has a
does
few
weird or
shows.
what?
Batman
is that
has
weird?
the animated
Is that
series.
weird or Batman?
I'm
See,
just
you're
trying
trying
to
to bait
get-
me,
yeah.
dude.
At least there'd be two choices.